Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Summit Sessions podcast. My name is Katelyn Natalie Laurent, and I'm here with Mr. Decio Neto, who is in real estate over in Brazil. Mr. Decio, how are you today?
Oh, I'm very nice. Thank you for asking. Oh, just a little correction. It's a Portuguese name. So, and then you have to say Decio.
I am so sorry about that.
Yeah. No, don't worry. It's a Portuguese name. You don't have to know.
No, you know what? And it's usually, that was very unprofessional of me because normally I'm always asking. But whatever reason, I don't know. I know in some languages, like the C's are pronounced differently, like even in English, the way the spellings of some words are, the C usually sound like a K.
I have the same problem all the time. I had to ask them before because it's a complete different names in Asia, for example, in Europe, and even in the US, as you said. It's completely different. You have to ask, of course. It's not Carlos, right? It's completely. It's not Charles. It's not Brian or names like that. It's very easy to say it, to spell it. But Decio is completely different, even in Brazil.
Decio. I will remember. Now, my first question for you would be, as I know you are in real estate amongst many other things, if you could just give us like a background on all the different industries you're in, because I know it's more than one.
Yeah, it is. Well, from the beginning or just today?
You can start from the beginning all the way up until now, however you choose.
Okay. It's not an HR interview, but I'm gonna tell since the beginning of the CV. Well, I started selling things when I was 6 years old. Six. And when I started that, because I would like to see the things, to buy the things, to have the things, and to compass the things. That's why I just started and see the kids just passing away with bicycles and I mean many different stuff, the toys. And I was a child that has many difficulties in Brazil because we were very poor and like suburban and something like that, more far away in São Paulo. And then I just thought that I had to do something very big. I was such a kid with dreams, very high dreams. And then I started doing this, selling bottled water to the athletics in a park that calls Ibirapuera, is in the south place in São Paulo. And then I saw that was good. And I just convinced the guy from the place who sells those things. And I was just a 6 year old. And I had to convince him. And I told why I would like to start so young. And he said, okay, just come. He didn't complain. And he said, okay, so you live near from here. Your parents know that you're here. I said, okay, yes, but I was not saying the truth. But he, okay, all right, I'm going to give you the opportunity. And I started to sell, but just 6 years old. And then before I got 7 years old, I get the opportunity to buy from myself, from my pocket money and my own money, buy my first bicycle between 6 and 7. And then I start just evolve in the States and study about in the libraries, in the public libraries and the public school, of course, because we didn't have the chance to go further. But everyone has a bad story in their life. But I want to share the greatest ones that I have in my life because I was using all the steps, all the things bad, all the rocks in my way. I was using to construct my own way. That was the best thing to me. So I have evolved with a toys fabricant, just that's the fabrics and manufacturer of toys, and just all about selling all the time, selling strategy, selling management in the healthcare industry. That was the most part of my life, and even the financial. That's why the mix between one and the other, because I just went through deep inside of those because I understood that the humanity have like three things that you can use in your life for eternity. Since we have humanity and you're gonna have since to the end of the world, you need food, you need healthcare, you need energy. And to move all those things, you need the financial. You need to do the financial management and how to get more funds, more resources to move these three things. And that's why I go through the because I actually didn't get uh, um, more things to do at that time. I mean, I'm talking about 35 years, 35, almost really, because I'm now 49. I'm coming to the Jubilee this year, 50 years old. Wow, for me, that's very important year. 30 years of marriage and 50 years of my age. That's fantastic. So, and that's why I was faced with the challenges that I have, and because I want to get together those two things and show to the others, multiplying the knowledge to the others. Because for me, that's the most important point. I'm a leadership, but I have to uplift others. I have to move forward, of course, every single day that I actually do today. I'm studying 2 hours a day of different things that I can do to help the others, to create new leadership with the mindset to do something different to the humanity, you see, and to help as a was helped from from mentors, different mentors, but in the public school that I already have contact since today. I mean, until today, I have contact with my professor from the third year that I from the school. So he's 85 or 86, something like that. He helped me a lot to drive his career and to come like and go abroad. I was the first one to go to the college in my family. I was the first one to go abroad, to take the airplane and just move out and to explore new countries, new cultures by my own. Just me, God, His angels, of course, around of me because I just put in my mind I had to go, I will do, and I just I find resources from my way doing these things and combining, of course, there's two different markets. I mean, everything is connected to the financial things, but healthcare, that was the most important to me. And the secondary is the the real estate because you see since the beginning of the world, everyone needs to be into a house. Everyone needs a house, needs a place to say that this is my house. You see, I'm living here. I have the amenities. I have the things right there. The markets is right there. The school of kids is right there. The sense of how can I say that in English? That you are a people into that place. You are somebody in there. You are a person that everyone recognizes you as a person in that community. That's the sense that I want to bring to the others and trying to inflame the royalty and even the other entrepreneurs to come with me, enjoy this thing. That was my first contact with the Prince Donald Duval on Middletown. Was the first approach. I mean, 3 years ago, a little more of that. Our first approach was not about my suit, was about my personality that I just print in everything that I write and everything that I put in the LinkedIn and the social media that I usually use and the places that I have the opportunity to speak and to transfer this knowledge to the others. Well, it is.
Now, since you are in healthcare and also you do real estate, I have been watching lately these remodeling shows. Actually, just recently, it's called Zombie Flipping, I think it's called, where they find, as they call them, zombie houses and they renovate them and sell them. And last night when I was watching it, there was her name's Ashley. She brought up the fact of, parents are looking for to move into a neighborhood where the schools are great, which I'm like, okay, yes, that's very true. All families, they want to live in a neighborhood, whether they have kids or they plan on starting a family, they want to root themselves in an area in a good education system. Then she also another point, oh, and there's also doctors in this area that are amazing. And one of her partners were like, oh, well, then that's a definite bonus. Do you agree with that? That families not only look for housing in areas where the school district is immaculate, but also they look at like healthcare options, doctors, dentists.
Yeah. Well, actually, in Brazil, as you have in the US, of course, in many states, as Florida, you have many difficulties to combine uh, the habitation with the amenities and the healthcare and everything needs to be accessible. Yes, it needs, but in São Paulo, for example, we didn't have in the beginning of the city, 478, I mean, almost 500 years ago, they didn't make the planning to put, as we have today in Florida, every neighborhood that you're gonna create, they put in the project schools, middle school, and secondary schools, and college, and hospital, and clinics, and plaza, little plazas, and mall, and places to, golf club and parks, and many things that they combine this one and put the condominiums into there, including the habitations. Okay, so here it's not possible anymore because they just did the things. I don't know why they did this. Of course, it's politicians and corruption. I'm sorry to say that, but we have a lot of corruptives in Brazil and even in São Paulo and any place in the world. But here, it's something. My goodness, this I'm ashamed to share this with the public, but and even you, but it is what it is. And now I'm trying to make this different, offering different projects, even one that I'm doing now to the popular habitation that you have the whole infrastructure combined at the same place for the poor people, for for the people. That's it. That's it. But you were better than the others. I don't know. In this way, I think I am because I'm thinking in the global. I'm thinking in the multitudes. I'm not thinking to. Just me and my family. You see. So just responding the question. I do believe that everybody that are looking for some place to live, to call a home, I think that they deserve. It's not just I want to have it. They deserve to have the healthcare, college, and schools, and marketplaces, and malls nearby them. But creating like an ecosystem that everyone can enjoy in your region. You don't have to move the north from the south to have something as we have in São Paulo. I have to come from west to the south place because south place is more the infrastructure is better because the politicians in this zone and the money is running through this zone in the south place in Sao Paulo. So I'm trying to move this thought and this planning to another regions in Sao Paulo. That's why I mentioned to you this project, and later on I will share with you this project because it's very. That will be my legacy. I think that will be my legacy.
Well, let's get into the project because I feel like it's something you're passionate about. Let's talk about it.
Well, yeah, it is my passion. I think that you can see through my eyes. Uh, it's shiny now because that touched me that much because I passed through this way. My path since the beginning was into the difficulties as I told you in the beginning, and I saw my parents suffering and my grandpa suffering. So and now I came from a royal family, like I'm the fifth generation of this the royal the Silveira is an other name that I'm not using now. Is the Borges and Silveira was from Portugal, on the royalty of the Portugal. The year of, around 1,300 years ago, something like that started. I don't have this one so lightly in my mind right now, but just to give you this one, and now, well, who was that story? The grandpa was richest and had a lot of patrimony, and now I'm trying to share the things to the others because the richest. I'm not talking about the division of you have more and I have less or I have less of you have. I don't want to go to this way. I just know that I'm just can suit the suit one at a time. I cannot dress two. You see, I can have 30 in my room. Okay, I can have more. It's not a problem at all. But the point is, you're gonna use one at a time. That's it. So if I can share, why I will not share? If I see the other needs and I will not share, it is the same in the habitation. So I have mine. My oldest kid have his own house now. He's working with a company in the US and he has his own life, his own things, one car and whatever he okay. So not the point is I wanna have something that you can not just call as a home, but I want to multiply the idea that if I inflame the others to come with me and join the project, you have to have resources, of course. You have to get money to do this one, to participate. You have to have funds and bring these funds because we know that we have a lot of funds in the world that's not used. It's just there, getting more profits and profits. It's not being used to the population. And why not do something that we're going to come and bring education to live in community? Because we have to teach them how to live together in community. Because they all, I have my life. I don't say good morning or good evening to the neighbors. I just live that way. It's not secure, it's not safe. No, 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 no. We have to teach them that we can live in community, that we can have neighbors, and you can use the community areas as a swimming pool place, as a library, as a police station will be there in this project that I mentioned to you. We're gonna have hospital. We are starting in a concept to create new ecosystems where you can work nearby your house, you can study nearby your house, you can have everything nearby your house as a people, as a human, you can have this life. It is possible because this project, for example, we're gonna create in the first 2 to 3 years 5,000 habitations as a building, small buildings of 5 floors in different areas in São Paulo that doesn't need to be all together, but we can divide this in many places in São Paulo. Is it 2 to 3 years, 5,000, and then in 6 to 7 years we can come to 25,000 habitation, and we have this deficit in Brazil today. We have this. We are talking about that more than 1 million people doesn't have a house, and even I mean I'm not talking about rental. That they doesn't can rental and doesn't can buy. And then we're gonna create a fund who will borrow this money to those families to buy them houses with the price that is not. I'm not talking about the market price. I'm talking about a price of construction to have the opportunity to have a place to live and to live with all the amenities around. That's the concept.
That's a beautiful concept. And you're, yeah, like you said, you're helping out the families that are in need.
Mhm.
Because that's important. We have, homelessness is a very big issue. And
Yes.
a lot of it starts with our veterans, actually. That's
Mhm.
where a lot of the homelessness is. It's, you have these men and women that have fought for our country, risked their lives, and the government is oh so grateful for them, giving them all these wonderful benefits. And if you're in the service, we're going to provide you housing and food and education, but then it's once and healthcare. And then it's if they get injured and, they have to leave or they retire. Well, not necessarily retire, but it's if they're injured and they have to leave because of their injury, it's like they're pushed to the side. So your project, I think, is great, not only with helping with the younger kids by providing them an education, but also helping with those that had it, lost it, and they're struggling to get it back because in this world, it is expensive. The cost of living is expensive. It's almost like if you're not working, for a Fortune 500 company, or, you're not a CEO of a company or whichever, it's like it's impossible to afford living because it's ridiculous. And if you do find a place that is affordable, it's your utilities are through the roof, food on top of that. I feel like as families are getting bigger, the cost of food is just going up and up and up and up. And even with the discounted restaurant, or not restaurants, but the discounted grocery stores and markets they have, it's not even a discount anymore.
Yeah, that is the point. So that's why what I'm trying to do is to teach those people how to live in community. That's the first challenge because they don't have the definition of living in community. This is a very huge problem. So if I give the fish to them, okay, I will deliver the fish to them. They will be fitted. They will be okay today and tomorrow. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna catch the fish over again? We're gonna teach them how to catch the fish. I mean, I'm just not reinventing the wheel. I'm just saying that it's possible to do this. It is possible. You just have to try and try hard. I don't know a sentence that who told me this days ago was one assessor of a great guy from Hollywood. Since I've had the COVID, I have some flashes and I forget the name of the people. Since I have COVID, oh my goodness, he's very famous, and I love this guy. From he's an actor. Jesus, Denzel Washington. I love this guy. I really love this guy, and I spoke with his assessor 2 or 3 days ago because I'm planning to go to US to try to transmit to the people this one as it is the truth. It is possible, and it is the truth. We just have to move. We just have to tell to the people and say, hey, get up, stand up. We can do this together. Just I'm not trying to mention that you're gonna have a profit. No, I already have profits. Okay, doing the tokenization, the tokens that I spoke with the prince also about this once you invest in Brazil because it's very good. Everyone needs the carbon credit, and we have a lot of this one. So the regulation is going, is going better this year, and probably we're gonna have the chance to make more things of this one. As you told me, I'm into many things. Yes, I am, but the focus, the priority is bringing funds to this project because we're talking about the first draw. We were talking about 20.5 billion. So it is for me to a huge company as a Nestle or uh, Univen or other companies, huge companies from the world is nothing. It's a penny. But for me to do this amount, so now I'm passing through two compliances in funds, but we are starting with 150 million, $300 million. It's not enough. We can start, but in some place we're gonna have to stop, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. I want to be involved in this one, and not just involved, participating with the hands-on of this one. Now, are you hearing me? I'm
I
sorry.
can hear you. It's okay.
People are calling all the time, and we have to be connected, so I cannot put in the flight in the planes. Let me just, all right. Well, as I was saying, so now I'm very involved to this one in into of this project. 100% to get this funds and start. no matter what, no matter everybody's saying, hey, that's you're crazy. You're completely crazy because we are talking about Brazil. Nobody wants to do the things. And then when I just take the phone and call to other CEOs from other bankers, and they say, oh, okay, but you're having a social problem with the politicians and economics. Okay, I know. The federal government are doing a really mess with the country, but we are talking about São Paulo. São Paulo, we have the most important entrepreneurs is in here in São Paulo. And the massive financial is in São Paulo. So we are talking about, I don't want that happen, of course, but we are talking if the Brazil goes down and shut the doors, São Paulo was still alive. If it will be the contrary, Brazil gonna blow if São Paulo goes down. You're talking about, and of course, you're gonna have to share and to, I mean, to share the things. Oh, okay, you're gonna come with the money. I can show different opportunities in Brazil that we already have. We are just going up. I mean, as a rocket, as a rocket. So as you can see, other Elon Musk is here, and Brazil investing too hard in tokenization. Even Donald Trump, with his meme coin now, is going, I mean, so fast in Brazil doing tokenization. So, and now everyone needs a collateral to this market. And we have a lot of collateral to do this business. Even the minery and even, I mean, the carbon credits. So that's why I'm too, I mean, I'm very proud of what I'm doing now. Of course I am, but I need more and more, I mean, investors to come with us and join. Of course, we're going to share. We have two. We're talking about negotiation. They have to get the profits as well. So, but we are talking about humanitarian era, Miss Lauren. You're talking about the humanitarian era. It is the time to stand up because everything's going down. The resources gonna is limited and everything going to be limited. We're talking about 8 billion people in the world. The capacity of oh, we can't do many. No, we don't have more time. We don't have. I've been seeing this in the last 2 years since I got the COVID. We don't have more time. We have to do the things today, not tomorrow. We have to do today. That's why I accepted your invitation and the Prince invitation to be here with you, because I would try to give this message to the people and to the CEOs and to the entrepreneurs and to investors and to the royalty who are very interested to help the other. I mean, I know I don't want to be a cliche, but as the Jesus said in the beginning, you have to love your next. That is the message.
And it's really sad that people are not wanting to help out, Sao Paulo, Brazil, because it is a vibrant financial center. So you would think that places where it's vibrant, and especially being, the financial
Yes, it is.
place, that people would actually want to actually invest and put in because of that. And it's upsetting to hear that people are shying away. I remember growing up where everybody wanted to help out. Everybody did. Even if they didn't have, if they had, let's say, $500 to their name, they were like, you know what, I'll give you $250. What can you do with this $250? It's not much, but, and now it's, everybody's more of, well, what do I get out of it? If I do this, what am I getting in return? And sit back and go, is it always about what you're getting in return? Or can we just be happy with the fact that we are helping out others that are having difficulty helping themselves? Like, to me, that would be the biggest benefit of all. Unfortunately, everyone is about money and how richer they can get.
Themselves, just thinking about themselves. That so, but I think that's possible. We change the scenario. It is possible. We just want to. We have to. We have to want to, and then not just shake hands or do the publicity as everyone's do all the day, time by time in YouTube or all the social media and even in LinkedIn to say, hey, look at what I got. Look at, I'm not, okay, you have to be proud of yourself. All right, it is very important. But in in every time I've heard something also from the most important, the major of the Santander Bank in Spain. And when he was passing through the COVID, his daughter said something. Well, I have all the resources of the world, but now my father is going down, and it's nothing that I can do for him. You know what I'm trying to say is, okay, I will planting, I will planning, I will doing, I will executing my plans. All right. And I will making more richness, more richness, more richness, more appearance, more visuality from the world, from the scenario of the interpreter to other companies in the world. All right, that's good. Very good. You have to do it. You have to do it. But you have also, the life is a huge pizza with many slices. You have to give something because if you receive that much, you have to give. I'm not talking about the universe. I'm talking about the real people. You have to share this one, not giving to them everything, but I'm not telling you about this one. I have to divide in the same way that you receive. If I receive something, okay, let me see how can I share something. You see, that's the concept that I'm trying to bring to the scenario, to bring to the table, and show to other CEOs and investors around the world. Even I was mentioned with the prince, and then he sent me yesterday a message, a lovely message, because he's a prince. And then he sent me and make me very, very proud and make me very happy because he wants to start something here. He wants to start. And then he said, Decio, Mr. Decio, because I know the formality that I have to have between the people. We have to. Of course, it is a respect. It's not just formality. You see, some two different things. And then he said, Mr. Decio, I'm very proud to tell you that we're gonna we're gonna do something together in Brazil, and I want you involved in this one. And I will present you my countenance, my cousin. She's cognizant here in Brazil. And I said, okay. I just said, okay, I'm here. I just stopped everything that I was doing, and I go to the other room at the office to pray to the Lord and to say, dear Lord Almighty, I really love you for that because He can move and put that much difference. He's a prince. I'm nobody. He's a prince. I'm just an entrepreneur. All right? That's what I am. And I know where I came from. I know. I really know. I respected that also. So, and then when I told this to my wife, I'm sorry, my wife said, that's you. What's that? How are you talking? How we were connected with the prince and another princess. Her name is Katelyn Van Hout. She lives in Florida. And how did you get these connections? I said, I'm just planting. I'm sending the seeds. And if it is the good seed, that will fall in the good hearts, good person, good characters. That's what I'm saying. So I'm sorry.
You were
I'm very
absolutely
emotional. I'm
fine.
sorry about that. So now he's ready to come and to move forward one step by step. That makes me very proud. So, and that's why I'm sorry. Sometimes as I told you, after COVID, I miss some words and expressions that I want to say. I'm sorry about that. Also, was a this is my this is my time now, and I have to because I'm very quickly. I do 10 things at the same time, and now I have to breathe between the things that I'm doing. Well, and now I'm very, as I told you, I'm very, very, very involved in this project, and I want to move with all my heart and with all my structure, all the employees that I have, or all the partnerships that I have with the companies that I'm working with, and move forward as fast as I can. That's what I That's what I share with you also.
But see, to go back when you said that you are a nobody. I'm gonna have to correct you on that one because you are not a nobody. You are a somebody because you are doing something to make a huge impact on the world. Never knock yourself down. As
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I have learned is that when we are negative on ourselves, it portrays to other people. Because if you keep saying I'm a nobody or I'm less than, or I want to do all these things, but
Yeah.
can't do it. When you say it enough, you start living that and you start believing that, and then it starts oozing out of you. So when you're trying to present these to other, your ideas to other people, because of the fact that you've said that you're a nobody for so long, will kind of turn people away, if that makes sense. It's just from my experience, what I've seen, because you are somebody, you're making an impact, you're passionate about a project, you're getting people behind you, you're getting, royalty that others would wish
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
made connections with, and here you are. So you are someone. It may not seem that way, but you are. And the one thing that they have always told us, now you're not that much older than me. One thing that they have always told us when we were younger is your net worth is your net. So for instance, we may not be rich in money, but we are rich in connection.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way. Like me, I would rather have my network be tenfold than to me have, $1 billion in the bank. Would it be nice to have, would it be nice for my bank account to look like a phone number? Absolutely. But realistically, when we die, we can't take the money with us. I mean, you could have someone write a check and throw it in your coffin, but you're still not
Yeah.
taking it with you.
Thank you for reminding me that. Yes. Yes. You're completely right. You're completely right. I have to correct this one all the time because when you pass through the bad things, really bad things, and two goes down, as the last year I had the virus of uh, another one. Is one mosquito that we have in Brazil that calls dengue. That calls dengue. I don't know if you heard something about this one. This one, just a small mosquito, this small, very small, and just picking you up. You contract a virus that let you down, till a death. What's like this from a death. That was a miracle in my life, as the doctor said to me, because I saw at the hospital many, many other women and men passing away. And I said, "Dear Lord, I don't know if I deserve, but I'm gonna ask you gently, please let me leave to finish what I began." And God gave me this one. That's why I'm fighting day by day, Miss Lauren, to have the opportunity to tell the others, to preach to the others, and say, "Hey, we have to share. We were born to share since the beginning. Adam and Eve, we were created from the Creator to share, not to take the things, not to take the knowledge. If you have to take the knowledge, it doesn't make sense to me. Have a professor, isn't it? If we have professors, if we have teachers, as I am, pedagogue, we have to share. Please, just share. I'm not saying that if you're from the left, you're from the right, you are Democrats, you're Republicans. I'm not talking about this one. If you are black or white, no. If you receive something, we were born to share. It doesn't make a sense to me. We are a couple. We have kids. Okay, we are sharing my DNA with the others through my kids, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Making sense to you? So we were born to share with the world, with the other, with the next. So if we have done this one with our kids, with our wife and husband, whatever the couples they are around the world, okay, we have to share. This is, I mean, I don't want to say this, but I will. It's our obligation to share. We have to share. This is something very concrete in my mind, and I'm trying to 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 bring this to the table for everyone that I talk. We have to share. If you have that much, congrats to you. You deserve. All right. Now we're gonna see. Okay, that will affect. Oh, okay. Let's share. Let's see where serious project that we can share this cash in a company side by side with these companies. They're all I'm doing the charity. No, you have the charity really, or you were doing something to make profits and to have more discount in your incomes, in your taxes in your country, right? No, doesn't make sense to me. Okay, you can have the discount and the taxes and fees and return. It's not a problem at all. Okay, we are in the capitalist world. It's not a problem. But let's share, please. Let's share. We can do this together.
I fully agree. Fully agree. I always step back and look at the world through children's eyes because kids don't see hate. Kids don't see race. They don't see religion. They don't see politics. They're just all about love and peace and having fun and helping each other out. And I always say that's how we need to be as an adult. We need to not see the negative side. We always need to look at the positive side because nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody their flaws. Everybody has their strengths. Everyone has their weaknesses. And what I have always, and this is something I tell my kids too, that you should work off your strength. Get with other people because everybody else has their strengths in different ways. You have one person that's good at, ideas. You have another person that's great at executing the ideas. You have another person that, everybody has their own strong suit. So I feel like if everybody works together off what their strong suits are, the world will be a better place.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
in a perfect world. What happened?
everybody says, "Oh, this is some utopia." It's not. It's not. It's possible. We just have to want to. It's possible. We have to try. When you probably when I when I start to have a relationship with my wife, that was 30 years ago. 30 years, 3 decades. I was very afraid because I saw the separation of my parents, and that affects me that much, believe me. And I said, no, I don't want to have a relationship to separate after that. It doesn't make sense. That's why I will have a hard feelings from her and her the same for me. No, that's better not. And then I had to make something. I mean, I had to change completely my mindset all that time to assume that feeling that I was having from her. And I said, no, I'm going to be happy. I will make the difference. I will be a good husband. I will be a good father. I will be a good friend. I want to do this. And then when you see my family, yeah, of course, everyone's is different. But even my wife said me the last week, that's you. Sometimes the appearance that I have is you were not born in that family because you're completely different of your brothers and sisters. And I said, oh, thank you. This is something that feels good because they take their life of their own, but I assume this compromise with my own self. I need to be somebody better and better and better. If God gave me another chance and another shot last year, well, now I have to fight for this one. And I will die fighting for this one. I don't want to be a Martin Luther King. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. But, and I know I want to be, of course, in different ways. But what I'm trying to say is I don't want to be that great. I want to be the visionary, but I don't want to be in the plates in Wall Street. I don't want it this way. I don't want it such a thing. So I don't want to this one for myself because I want to be in the backstage doing my work to the to the shining of the others, and they will do the same in the future. Hey, my mentor does this one and it works. Why should it do differently? Let's do this one. It feels good. Embrace the pains and move. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I'm falling down. No, no, no. Come on. Give me your hand. Let's go with me. That's it. And if we can do this one through education, day by day, as an exercise, this is very hard exercise. Day by day, teaching the same thing, teaching the same thing. And I want to use the example from Jesus Christ because that was true. He lived 33 years and he preached 3 years on. But the same, every single day, he was saying the same thing with using different words, but the same. The testimony was the same every single day. That's what I want to do. I know I'm Christian, but what I'm trying to say is that works. For Christ's sake, that works. Why not to do this one? The multitude. Just me? Why just me? I'm not Jesus Christ. I know that. But I want to tell the message to the artists that that's possible. That is possible. This conversion is possible to make things better, doing together. But for that, we need resources. Of course, we need funds. We need investors. All right, let's do this together. I know I'm just an ant. I'm just one. But if we do this movement through the others, I think this is possible. This is possible. We're gonna move. We're gonna form better kids. We're gonna form better adults. We're gonna form, I mean, better parents, better families, whatever the families they want. The structure of the families. I'm not talking about this one, but if it is traditional or not, they will think, hey, if we follow these things, these steps, we can do whatever we want to do as a community and as just all ourselves or as a community. I know how to live. That's what I that's what I want to take uh, uh, from now in my life. Is this one? Is this huge project of habitation and education, and of course involving healthcare and many things. And of course, I can in the whole project I can share with you to the line. Of course, I can send in your email, and you gotta understand better the amplitude of this one is is very good.
I would love to have more information on that to read over because I feel what you are doing is definitely going to make an impact on the world, not just Brazil, but the whole world. Because I feel like we have countries that take ideas from the US, but for whatever reason, they make it better. I was watching an interview with one of I think it was one of the sheiks from Dubai. And he was asked, you know, Dubai already has tall buildings. Why do you want to add more? And why so soon? And his response was like, it was perfect. Well, New York has it. Why can't we have it? And I sat there and I had to think about that. I was like, wait, he's got a good point. The US has all these amazing things, skyscrapers, buildings, bridges, statues. We have the Statue of Liberty, monuments and everything. And it's almost like if other countries take that designer idea and they bring it to their country, but they make it better, it's like they're shunned upon. And it's like, hold on, wait a second. Do you have an issue with the fact that they did it? Or do you have an issue with the fact that they did it and it's better? Because actually put their heart and soul into it. And it's really funny though, because the monuments that are built in other countries, it takes them less time to do, but they last longer than when it's built over here. And over here, it could take a year, 2 years for it to be built. And somehow there always ends up to being an issue somewhere, whether it's in the foundation, in the walls. But then over in other countries, it's done. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing over in Brazil, where it could take them 6 months to build something and it's perfect. You don't hear about it on the news later on. Oh, there was a crack in the foundation and the building collapsed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is the same that I'm doing now because we have one architect in Brazil. He calls Rui Otaka. He's a Japanese descendant.
Okay.
He's brilliant. He is definitely brilliant. And then he has done one project in a suburban area in São Paulo that calls Heliópolis. It is a community, as you obviously probably you can heard the name is favela. Did you heard this name?
I've like heard it here and there, but I'm not deep.
It's a poverty community. They just go there and take the land and construct and build something, and okay, and calls home. And they go with no infrastructure, with no support from the government. They do by themselves. And then he got a insight 10 years ago because this is one of the walls, the great walls that we have here. Also, is the bureaucracy is not here to approve one project and to have one area in accordance with the project. And then Hoyotaki just move and go to the community to hear their needs, just to hear them. Hey, what is the best for you to live? Oh, is one playground, is one swimming, is one garden, is one place that you can call and say, hey, I have dignity. I got my dignity. We have a good and beautiful place to live. And he just built a circle buildings to not reflect the oh my god, I forgot the name. The windows to not reflect the windows of the dormitories front by the others. So you don't see what happens, what is going on inside of my house. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So here is completely different in communities. They have the same houses is like this to the other, to the other, to the other, and they were putting up and down to the left, to the right. My goodness, it's a completely mess, and you can hear everything. You don't have your particularity with your family. You don't have it. It's not possible. But in the circle buildings, it is possible to have the dignity, and you live very comfortably with your family, with no problem with the neighbor. And also, he included in this project one garden. That's it, because they don't have financial support. You know what I mean? You see the difficulty that we have here is that the government goes one step to the second, but it have 10. We have 10 ahead to be accomplished. They don't have support anymore from the government because, oh, I'm not getting nothing with this. Even the votes of the population. Why should I sign mandates for this things because I will not have a vision. Nobody gonna see that was me. I don't want to do this. So that's why I'm inviting the private financial systems to participate this one because even they will have their profits. Of course they will. But look at this one. We're gonna bring to the humanity dignity. And one man and a woman, when they lost the dignity, they look like the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
They live as a homeless. Okay, I'm just living day by day because I'm alive. That's it. They don't have nothing to see further and to try to do something. I mean, for the future because they don't have the present days. They don't have nothing. You see, they missed everything. They lost everything. So, and with this project with the Hoyotaki, as you said about the guy that they saw in the United States, the bridge, I mean, the paving, the bridge, the houses, the buildings, the statues, and everything, and do better in their country. That is the same concept that I'm gonna do. It's completely, uh, it's completely different and better. A Hoyotaki case to here. All right, that's very good. Now I will go further. You see, I will go further. That's it. I will just keep doing what he was doing till here with his resources. And now he can't because he's too old. And uh, that's the time that I mean, to take his legacy and move forward.
And it's a wonderful legacy to have. Now, my last bit for you is I want you to share with the viewers any tips or advice you have for anyone out there that is looking to establish their own legacy.
Well, because of my mind, uh, I write. I wrote this one because I knew that we were questioning this one. As I told you right now, integrity is the base. Integrity. If you want to have an incredible life, you have to have integrity. That needs to be your base. With integrity, you're gonna meet the right person. You're gonna meet the right people. You're gonna be connected with the right people because they're gonna see this light stamp in your face because you have integrity. That's the most important thing. I can use many other words to you, Ms. Laura, but the first and the principal one is integrity. If you have this one, the elegance will come with integrity. The knowledge will come with integrity. The challenges will be done with integrity because in integrity, you have patience. In integrity, you have balance. You are peaceful. You can, as the problems of course, you have studied before my CV and you saw I'm like a short story in the LinkedIn, and you saw I passed through many difficulties in different countries. As the west of Africa, I met with ambassadors and first primer presidents and politicians and all the kind of, and from the tribes. I have a great adventure in that for sure. But if I did not have in all these countries in Asia, in Europe, in Central America, and the United States as a residential for once, wow, if I didn't have integrity, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. I wouldn't be invited to participate of the summit with you.
Love that. And the summit sessions is all about people who have integrity, as you said, but also they want to make a lasting impact. Because I am pretty sure, like you, just like many, they had, many questions of, well, what are the summit sessions all about? This is what the summit sessions is all about. We don't judge people on what they do. This platform is to give everyone their voice, to share with the world with what they're doing. Because in order for change to happen, in order for good to be put out there, it has to be talked about. And I feel that with this platform, since there is so much negativity in the world, everyone deserves that positive light shined on them. And that's what we're here for. And I'm so glad that I had you on today. And I know, there were questions that I had sent you that I wanted to get into, but your project was the main one that I'm glad that we talked about.
My last words is this one. As far as I really appreciate this conversation with you. Thank you very much for the invitation to be here. And I would like to, I aspire very much, of course, to contribute with this to more equitable things in the world. That's what I'm doing now, and that's what I will do till my last day in this one. That's what I will do. Thank you very much, and I appreciate for this time.
Thank you. All right, everyone. That's going to conclude the episode today with the Summit Sessions podcast. I'm your host, Katelyn Natalie Laurent, and this was lovely having Mr. Decio on today.
Perfect.
Everyone to comment below of what your definition of integrity is and how you can make an impact on the world. Have a great day, everyone.